Yeah, I'm glad that you did that.
As soon as you hit the record, I was ready for it. Hi, Tim, or hi, everybody. Welcome to Chronic Nonsense. It's a podcast where me and Tim are, well, we have...
Off to a great start. Roaring start here. I'm Tim, and that was Dalen, your hosts, for this pleasurable ride through
well, if you don't mind,
nonsense.
Thank you. I can take it from here. Yeah. So basically, this podcast is, wow, what a man. Think about it, and it might happen. What do you think?
I think that was perhaps the best way to describe it.
You're right. So if I was to describe this podcast, I would say it's wow, off your.
All right. Well, if I was to describe this podcast, I would say that it's not on Apple Podcasts.
That's right. It's not on Apple Podcasts yet. We are soon to be on that. We're going to get our hosting.
Yeah. I'm sure we will.
Tim, do you have anything you want to talk to me about? We should probably... So why did we start a podcast? That's probably the number one. That's a thing to talk about.
Well, we started a podcast because we're two white boys.
We're also joined here by our very good friend, MT Bucket. MT Bucket, what do you have to say about that? He sounds like a bass guitar. We can't exactly help that. No, we have a giant skeleton friend with a lot of fake clothes on.
He's not really giant. He's about 5 foot tall.
He's pretty big.
He's about 5 foot tall.
I would call him giant. For a fake plastic skeleton, I would call him a giant.
He's definitely bigger than this one.
That is true.
This one over here that I'm referring to is about, 6 inches tall.
Why do you have so many skeletons?
I am obsessed with plastic.
That explains all of the plastic in your room.
Yeah.
So we've been friends for how long, Tim? How long do you think we've been friends for? Give or take.
9 years.
9 years. Isn't that wonderful?
If you say so.
We've been friends for 9 years, and I'll be honest, I always wanted it. The moment I saw you, I was like, damn, that kid's weird. But also, I was like, hey, what if I had a podcast with him later on in my life? What if I did that?
From the first moment.
The first one.
That's what I like to call cast at first sight. Podcast at first sight. God. Yeah, this is going great.
Well, that was bound to happen. I'm totally chill.
I'm forgiven, actually. I've been forgiven by
Jesus.
You.
Oh, sorry.
You said it's okay, Tim. It's okay. And I said, thanks.
Do you have anything that happened to you recently that you would like to discuss on this podcast?
I had a fight with some cords today. That's something that's relatable. I was going to plug in everything that I own. Everything that I own needed to be plugged back in. Mm-hmm. And so I was going to do that, but you see, it didn't all fit on the power strip.
It's interesting.
And it made me angry. So I went and I spent $30 on a new power strip. And that didn't make me happier.
Damn, dude.
What a good day.
Man, you know what? It's just crazy, dude. Price of power strips these days are just going off the walls, man. I used to be... Now, back in my day, I used to walk my ass down to an Ace Hardware, not a sponsor, and I would go, and I'd go into power strip site, and I would give me a power strip, it'd be 2 cents. 2. That was a bit.
You're really old, I guess.
No, I'm not. That was a bit, and it was
you're
fake.
You're really young.
Excuse me. That was a bit, and it was fake, and it was a joke, and I'm sorry. And we're gonna end the podcast now. And
that's a good time to end it.
Play the music.
All right. Well. Yeah.
Well, this podcast is coming to you from space. I didn't know we had a live studio audience.
Yeah.
We can.
They're lower now. they were driving past us, so yeah.
It's the Doppler effect.
Oh shit.
That's so cool. We should have Tia come in. No, we shouldn't. Who's Tia? Do you want to tell people about Tia, or is that personal information that you don't feel about? You don't feel.
Well,
about
I'm not gonna not tell people about Tia.
You're right. Let's move on.
Tia is my girlfriend, and she could be on the podcast, but she's not gonna.
No, she might pop in every now and then
because we said, "Get out of here. We don't want you." We said, "Get out of here. We don't want you." And she said,
"Your eyes are closed the whole time."
I'm gonna get some Chinese food, and she left. She didn't leave.
No, she's still in bed watching
Chinese food.
What have you guys been watching? You guys watch a lot of shows. It might be.
We just finished Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. I heard that was a Marvel movie.
I heard it was disappointing a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah.
To your father.
To my father, who may or may not be listening. I didn't tell him about this. Someone's
right.
trying to get into someone else's car outside. It sounds like
that would be me.
It was me. I was playing that on piano.
I was outside trying to get into someone's car. You gotta roll with the punches, the bit.
I'm sorry, I'm new to podcasting.
This is like improv.
Yeah, well, we'll find our stride. We'll get used to it.
No, we won't.
All we have to do is talk to each other.
Though.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, space pad. What could that possibly be?
I don't know.
Shit.
Remember when I went on Instagram a couple days ago, and I announced that we were doing a podcast.
Yeah, you told people about this, and now unfortunately that means that people might hear it.
Yeah, and I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for I wanted to put people in the position to know it exists, and that was it. And then a lot of people were like, "Oh, I have high expectations for this," and I was like, "That's the wrong thing to do." That was crisp. That was a crisp sound. We're drinking IBC root beers and cream sodas because they're very special to us.
Because they're not a sponsor.
And oh yes, they're not a sponsor. But if they wanted to, ooh baby, what a dream.
If they wanted to, they would look into us a little bit, and then they'd say, "Oh, they're not good at anything." Uh-oh.
You think I'm not good at anything?
I think that I can speak for both of us when I say, "Uh-oh."
You could speak for... I wasn't going to say it there, but I've said it before.
You have said that.
I've said it multiple times.
At least once.
Have you ever said uh-oh 3 times in a row? That was an alien race spaceship. A race
ship. Yeah, that's...
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yeah, so...
What was I talking about? What were we talking about?
You were talking about how you weren't prepared to announce to the world.
Yes, I wasn't prepared.
Podcast,
I was very. There were 2 people who reached out to me after and were like, "Whoa, this is gonna be cool," and I was like way nervous about it. And I you could say that I'm nervous and I want this to be really good for you people to listen to, but I don't know if it will because we're still new. But we'll find our stride, I think.
Wanting it to be good is the easiest way to make it bad.
I farted at the beginning of this. That's probably a good upside. Do you remember that? Do you remember when I had that?
It was a really long time ago. I'm not totally sure I'm on the same page, but.
Did we harmonize? Guys, we're musicians here. And so, show them how we're musicians, Tim. Why don't you?
Oh, yeah. Getting it good. All right.
I'm never going to get over that. We can always just see, that's the...
I think that's the best way that could go.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is that?
That's water running through pipes.
The fuck?
In the house.
That's coming through so loud.
That's house pipes.
House pipes. That's what we almost named this podcast.
That's what my organ used to be named. My internal organ, my stomach. This podcast is getting off to a great start, and the reason I'm going to tell you about it is because I got better things to say than that. And here's the thing is that we were going to record this in the morning today.
That's right.
And that did not happen.
You're going to call me out?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to call you out right here in front of myself.
And me. Sometimes people need to be called out on their bullshit, and I did it.
You know what? I don't even know how to say it's your fault because it's not. Because
it is.
It's your fault that.
No, it is.
But what do you do when your body's just like, well, I'm not going to wake up to my alarms? What do you do then?
Well, you see, the thing is, yesterday, I was a busy boy. I was so busy. I was a busy boy. I was really busy because I got up at like 7 a.m. and went to a multiple sclerosis walkathon. That's right. I believe in charity.
And I believe in walking, but I didn't show up.
He didn't show up because you went to your girlfriend's graduation.
I went to a graduation.
I'm sorry, a graduation. I didn't mean to call her out, but anyway, you went to that.
Yeah, let's not give her any thing.
And then I went to go buy a pair of headphones all the way on the other side of town.
Yeah, and you were wildly unsuccessful.
I was so unsuccessful that it brought me to tears.
It wasn't wild, though.
I cried in the middle of a strip mall, and an old man said, "What's your problem?" And then I couldn't get the words out.
You couldn't tell him.
I just ran away into my car and drove away. My door was still open. I didn't close it until I was like halfway down the street.
Hey guys out there, and also everyone else. Just want to let you know that we're so prepared for this podcast that we announced it before we even had 2 sets of headphones.
I don't listen.
So that was a choice that we both made. I'm not calling you out. I'm saying we decided to do that.
We did decide to do that,
and that was a great idea.
My decision. Listen,
man.
Listen, this is what I was thinking. And that was a fart. And that fart was brought to you by Bed Bath & Body Bread. You're gonna want to get here.
You're gotta want it.
All right.
You gotta want it.
But I was busy yesterday.
You were busy.
And so I was real tired. I was so tired because I woke up. And also the day before yesterday, I was up pretty late because we went out to see Doctor Strange, which is a Marvel movie, and I'm not usually into Marvel movies, but I loved that movie so much, and I think about it every day.
You want to talk about that?
We can talk about it a little bit.
We can talk about it a little bit.
I mean, it's kind of going to alienate people. Imagine, we only get 5 people to listen to the first episode, and, 3 of them haven't seen that movie, and so we can't. They're like, oh, shoot, we got to turn it off.
Yeah.
So maybe we should
let's not talk about it. We'll talk about something else.
Basically, it was a really good movie, and it's not very Marvel-like. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. It was and wasn't it all
it wasn't
at once.
it wasn't like the first part of the movie, and then it became all Sam Raimi, and that was my shit. I loved it. But anyway, we gotta move on. Maybe we could talk about it when it comes on DVD, or sorry, the orchestra's here. The Space Orchestra.
Yeah.
We should join a space orchestra.
I'm not even.
Do you think they could send a whole orchestra to space? Is there enough room on a rocket to do that?
No, but you could build one bigger that you could do that with.
This technology.
Well, I don't know how big. How many people have to be there? Have to there be?
I mean, you're the one with the phone that's looking it up right now, so
I wouldn't even dream of it.
MT, what do you think about the current state of Florida's economy? MT Bucket has the voice of a keyboard, and it's funny to no one except me, and it's not funny to me right now.
Grid.
That's my favorite Marvel character. That's my favorite Guardian of the Galaga.
So if there's fewer than 50 people, it's a chamber orchestra. And I think that so orchestras are typically 50 to 100 musicians, called a symphony orchestra or a philharmonic orchestra. Now, how small can a chamber orchestra be? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together.
I don't want to.
Chamber orchestra is...
Why is it called a chamber orchestra?
It's smaller. It's a smaller ensemble of not more than 50 musicians. So
that's all it says, huh? Give or take. That's the number of people in a chamber. They say it just says how many people are in there. Give or take.
Chamber music is an instrumental music performed by a small ensemble with one player to a part.
That's why it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
When was the last time you ever went to a chamber orchestra? Yeah. It's a joke. You haven't.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume... Well, I have, actually.
I'm an asshole.
Because I used to be a music major, and then I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I was going to say... Well, I was like, I used to be in a music class, too.
You did?
I took band in high school. I played the baritone.
I think you could fit a chamber orchestra on a rocket.
What would the point of that be?
I thought you wanted a space orchestra.
I did. Oh yeah. Here they are. They've gone. They're going up. They can't stop going up. Tim, I have a confession to make.
You should confess to whatever it is.
I had nothing to say after that. I'm so sorry.
I'm really disappointed in you. That was a shitty confession.
Maybe it's time to ask the audience on what they think we should talk about.
Yeah,
next.
guys. What do you think we should talk about?
I hit the mic.
No, hold on. All right, guys. What do you think we should talk about?
What am I supposed to improv?
No, you gotta not say anything. All right.
Sorry.
We're asking them. We gotta let them respond, okay? Guys, what do you think we should talk about?
This is the part where they respond, right?
Not anymore.
Okay. I didn't get the bit. And that's moving on. That's our moving on. You know how like radio shows will have like a
yeah, ours will just be
go back to the what was the one? No, I like the space one. That's our theme song. Dude, I'll talk about this. But right after this 8-bit game that Tim's playing is over. What a great release on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tim, I found a theme song for this show like not a month ago, but like a few weeks ago. And I was really, really excited about it. It sounded really good. I found it on a website that appeared to be a good website. But it wasn't. It just, they didn't have what I was looking for. We looked it up yesterday. We tried to download it for the podcast today, and it didn't go through, and it was dumb because they were like, well, you can't use this because it's copyright. It's like, well, what the fuck do you have it for? What is this website for?
And then what happened?
Yeah, that was the end of the story. We looked for another theme, and that's what you heard at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It sounded a little something like this.
Oh no. Oh shit. Okay.
I want everyone to respond to jokes with, okay. Next time someone tells a really funny joke, go, okay.
Yeah, everybody likes that. Everybody likes that to happen to them.
What's the worst thing you've ever done to...
Give it to them.
Okay. What's the worst thing you've ever said to a loved one? You are on the clock.
Yeah, there was a time that I said to them,
maybe that was too personal. What's the best thing you ever said to a loved one? How about that? We'll bring it up.
At one point, I walked up to my dear old mom, and I said,
Love you, Mom.
"Oh, Mom, I can't stand to be around you. Goodbye."
That's not what you say. Or are you still answering the first question? Did you not notice
no.
I answered it? I asked the second one.
No, I was answering the second one. What was the nice thing? What was a nice thing? Is that what the question was? What's a nice thing?
I'm gonna have to think of another question.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know I never said that to my mom. I'm not a jerk.
I'll say it.
But if you, depending on the mom you have, that's an okay thing to say. It wouldn't be nice to say to my mom though. It's not okay.
Do you think there's any moms listening to this?
I doubt it. But what that came out of.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. We call a segue. I'm farting a lot. It's because those bubbly root beers. The root beer bubblies.
We announced that we were releasing our podcast, and we hadn't even tried to download our theme song yet.
Listen, I didn't.
We found a lot of things out recently about why this was not going to be a
good idea.
Easy to do on Monday. Easy to do by Monday.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're still getting through it. If you stick with us, maybe we'll actually end up being funnier later. But until then, we're in space.
Maybe we should just release episode 0 to the
I don't
world.
think that's a good idea.
I think
either.
that's a great idea.
I think that episode was not good. But I also didn't hear it back. But you said my audio wasn't coming through because I didn't have what's it called? A personality. Well, I don't have any more random things to say to you.
I mean, I can pull something out for you.
Yeah, go ahead and pull something out for me. This is the pulling out song. I like that it went up there. Okay. That doesn't sound like a real person. I'm so happy that Theodore... Oh. I was just... Alright. That was the pulling out song. That's why your penis is out, right?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Penis joke!
We had to have at least one.
There will be more.
I doubt it.
Okay.
All right. This is titled Litter.
What are you doing?
3/28/2022.
Okay. That was March.
That was when I emptied the litter box in March.
Did you just... Is this from your notes?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
So I changed my cat's litter on the 28th of March. And then again on the 26th of April.
We're saying this on a podcast right now?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. You're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right. I just think it's funny that you're talking about emptying cat litter on a... Well, I mean...
I have a note that just says 1920.
Do you remember what the context of that was?
Well, the note is titled 1920.
Yeah.
So...
No. So the answer is no.
I could tell you the code to the graphic design suite at the college at which I go.
Okay. Tell me about it.
It's 9829.
Ooh, tell me about it less.
59.
Okay.
But that doesn't work anymore because that was my old code. So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
sorry to have said it.
Do you want me to pull out my
I could
notes?
tell you what hours I worked when I was working in
Okay. Well, you
in
should.
December.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up 3 notes of mine now, and that'll be the segment. We pull up 3 notes of ours, and so.
I would have picked better ones.
Well, it's okay. We'll bring it back next week.
No.
Oh, I can pick up bad ones. I can pick. I can pick up bad ones.
You don't have to. It'd be nice if we gave the audience a little something.
I don't believe in doing that. I don't care.
Yeah,
Really.
we're not here for fan service, so.
Quite obviously. Drink harder into the microphone, please. Thank you. There was someone who got off on that.
Good.
It was
They
Natalie.
weren't listening to this podcast. Oh.
It was our friend
Yeah, they
Natalie.
weren't listening to this podcast.
I have a note. It's from 4/13/2022. It says, I'll write this down. And these were potential names for our podcast. Like, Fools Uncertain, which is not the name of our podcast. Talk About Worthless, which is not the name of our podcast because I didn't like calling us worthless. And then Don't Touch My Podcast, which is still good, but we didn't do it.
So were those names for our podcast?
Yeah. Ooh, I don't want to. Some of these therapists.
And what name did we go with?
I said some of these therapists instead of notes. Tim. Tell you what's on my mind
That's
right
a
now.
Flippy
Some
Slop.
of these. Flippy and Slop is my favorite Nickelodeon cartoon.
A Fabian Snip.
Let me go through.
Wow, I finished both of these real quick. All right, I have consumed a significant amount of soda, so I'm gonna be all ready for tomorrow. When I will have needed to have consumed a significant amount of soda. Thank you for your time.
Some of these I have no idea what they are. So I just have so many notes in here. Thank you. I don't know who that was, but thank you for piping in. I have one that says this. Okay, this is from 9/15/21. So this is in September. It says list and it says dog bowl bubbly. So it's not really a list. Isn't that funny? Oh, we're getting a call in. I believe it's Pac-Man who's here to say something. Hello, Pac-Man. How are you?
I'm real good.
Well, that's great. End of bit. Do you think they would do that on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Whose line? No, I don't think they would do anything like what we're doing.
Okay, so I have an old list of my groceries here, and I want you to guess one thing that's on here.
Ramen.
Ramen is not on this
Oh
list.
shit! Shredded cheese.
Shredded Parmesan is on there. You got that. I want you to get.
Pepperonis.
No, but you know me very well.
Oh, hold on, I got it.
Some of these are funny on here.
Dog food.
Just dog food
Bread.
on here. I don't know if I had my dog at that point.
Bread for $5.
It doesn't say bread for $5, but it says bread. It does say bread. I don't know why.
Bread. Final answer.
We gotta win. We gotta win. It's a terrible game show noise. I didn't know you could go down and pitch. The funny, excuse me. There's a lot of Pac-Man in this room. Imagine.
I'd like to picture somebody listening to this out loud somewhere. like somebody walks by, like they're at home, they're listening to this on they're just playing it over, whatever speakers, just playing from their phone. And then someone they know, someone like their mom walks by and then they go, what's that sound? That's all I want. I just want somebody to go, what's that sound? That's all I want from our podcast.
Well, you can do that right away.
So I think I could quit after this episode. So
that would make it hard for me to continue.
Oh no.
Anyway, I was gonna say the funniest thing on my grocery list was it says anything that would make it easier for me to poop, and that's it. I don't know what it's talking about.
That's
or
good.
The context of that, but that's. And what was that? 2, 3? Sorry, would you say something? Oh, fuck.
I thought that one was going to be lower because I pressed a lower note.
Why wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, baby. Now we're cooking.
We were cooking with...
Right, my energy just went through the roof. And I'm happy to welcome you into Tim's happy now. Tim's on it. Tim's going.
Is this a new bit? Is this a new
This is a
person?
new segment on the show where we answer phone calls.
Should I call someone right now? Who should I call?
I think the funniest person to call would be
Blake DeJanes.
me. I think you could call me and that would be hilarious.
If I did that, that would
Peak
literally...
clipping.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. That would literally ruin the podcast if I called
If
you
you
right
called
now.
me?
Yeah, because that bit has been done
Oh
a
no.
lot, and it's never been good.
All
Sorry,
right.
we're getting a phone call in. This looks like it just hung up, so never mind. I was.
They just hung up, but a little lower.
So we gotta shut the phones off. We gotta shut them off. We gotta shut them off.
I like this one better. This is a better phone.
That sounds like it's coming. Sounds like it's coming straight from a cubicle. Oh, God. You look ridiculous over there.
Yeah, baby, I am ridiculous over here. I'm just gonna stare away from you.
That's good. It's like we're having a real conversation with each other.
It's like we're talking.
When was the last time you looked intently into the eyes of a stranger?
There was a person that was that was following. Well, he wasn't following me. Like he was just walking in the same direction as me. And I turned right, and then I looked behind me because I knew he had been following me for a bit. And he said something out loud, which is why I turned. Mm-hmm. And I think I've told you this story before, but yeah, maybe. No, he was apparently talking on the phone, but I couldn't see that because he was using AirPods under his beanie.
God.
And then when I turned and went, what? He got real angry.
That's exactly what you need to get to when someone says what. And
our eyes were locked for a while because I was like, oh.
If I was in that story, I would have screamed because I would have hated it. I hate that about AirPods and like how everyone uses them to. I miss when people would talk on the phone and hold their phone up to their fucking face like it's not that hard. I get it if you're like doing anything else, but if you're just walking, like, come on, man, put your phone up to your face so people know you're not talking to them. Because even with the beanie not on your ears or something, and not seeing it, I don't automatically just look to see if you got headphones in.
No, I mean it's a struggle for me to like, because I don't like it either, but I also totally get it. But I will say for sure this guy needed to chill out because like I'm not here to tell you that you can't use your AirPods to answer phone calls if you're just walking around, but I am here to tell you that if I think that you're talking to me and I say huh and you yell at me, you're an asshole a little bit.
No, not even a little bit. You're an asshole.
Don't do that. Don't do that. There's no reason to do that. People like you are the reason that I'm afraid of strangers. You're the reason I don't like to go outside anymore.
You don't like to go outside anymore?
Well, it's not the outdoors so much. It's just that there are people there.
Do we need to go on a hike, Tim?
A nature hike?
Let's do a podcast
or a hike where we see people.
I've never
Is
been
it a
on that
nature
one.
hike or is it a hike through a fucking office building?
Is it a hike through a crowd of angry civilians?
Is this a nature hike or are we at a concert?
Tim, no.
I don't know how I feel about that bit, especially because we talked about this and you were like, I don't know if I'd like it if somebody farted on my mic. I don't know how I would feel about that. And then you were like, so I guess I probably won't do that to yours. And you've done it like 5 times.
Well, man, sometimes you gotta make a bit for the podcast. Sometimes it's for the ladies at home.
Yeah. I forget about the ladies at home.
You have 3. You have 1, 2, 3 ladies at your home.
There's
talk about them. Whoa. You got real disappointed at the end of that.
Yeah, this is hold on.
That was like you told Pac-Man. It was like you told Pac-Man, like, hey, you're going to be on the show, and then he couldn't fathom it, and then you cut him off real quick, and he got real disappointed about it.
He was so excited, and then he really wasn't anymore.
He went, oh.
It's starting to get dark in here. I'm getting scared.
You want to turn on the light? Oh my god! Oh god! I just scraped it to the mic.
For those of you who couldn't have known it, that click sound was a light turning on.
I don't believe in
Crazy.
That's just how it goes. Millions of heroes and not enough toes. That's my remix.
Riding on.
Not a sponsor, by the way. Ozzy Osbourne's not a sponsor of the show.
No, but he is
crazy
listening to this show.
Oh yeah.
Or at least there's no reason he couldn't.
There's no reason he couldn't, unless his hearing went bye-bye.
I mean, we'll have to release it first.
We're an episode of Doctor Who is about to start. What the hell is this? Are you playing right now? That sounds like wind chimes in the vacuum of space. Sound doesn't travel in space, though, right?
Correct. Because you have to, sound is vibration, and it has to travel on something, and there's no atmosphere in space.
Man, that information makes me horny. So I'm gonna fuck an alien tonight. I'm gonna have sex with a large alien tonight. Yes.
How large? I'd like you to elaborate on that.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
I would really like for you to elaborate. Like, are we talking just like, like you're gonna feel short next to them, or are we talking like you would have, like you could walk inside their mouth?
Well, that's too large. I don't know how to do that.
All right, well, this is why I needed clarification.
Okay, well, proportionally, they are large.
Are we talking about like the size of a big rock? or is this perhaps a small jar?
That brings me to the next segment where I talk about the smallest jar I've ever seen.
How small is the smallest jar you've ever seen?
I don't know. I don't know that off the top of my head.
Hold on, I think we're about to.
I think we're about to. Did you know that a phone call is coming in?
I got interrupted in the middle of my.
We can't. That's too much for me.
I got interrupted in the middle of what I was about to say. I was about to say I think we're about to move on to a new segment where we answer phone calls.
We can't. I can't.
We're not going to do that. All right. Well, I've run out of fun things to play for you on my keyboard, so here's this.
I don't know what it is you dropped in there, so I'm going to try and guess. It's probably... Is it a Lego person?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay. You said... I need a... Can you give me a hint? Okay, that's a hint.
There's two of them.
There's two?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Are they coins?
No, but they're similar in shape.
So they're two circles. Buttons? Are they metal buttons?
You're so close, but not really.
But not far. I have no idea.
It's the lids to the soda.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. I bet you feel like
Dramgummit.
a fool now.
I do feel
All the
like a
people
fool.
at home were like, "Oh, it's probably the soda lids," because we remember them saying that
Who's
earlier.
all the people at home?
Oh, all two of them.
No, who?
Jeffrey and Roger.
You think that announcement that we were starting a podcast got up to a Jeffrey and a Roger?
I think so.
Do you know any Jeffreys or Rogers?
I do. I know a Jeffrey.
We'll call him
He
out.
doesn't probably remember me, and he definitely doesn't follow me on anything.
Well, we can change that.
But here's the thing: I think that a Jeffrey and or a Roger could have seen it, and I don't think that anybody else. I don't think that you could have a different name than Jeffrey or Roger and be in the audience for this episode.
Oh, I know who's listening to this episode. Are you ready
Well,
for
Natalie
this?
said she would.
She said Natalie, remember to take your trash out.
Shout out to Natalie.
Shout out, Natalie. Natalie, go ahead and take your trash out, please.
Yeah, Natalie.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's filled to the brim with garbage. You're going to have to take it out. And I know that's a big deal for you considering where you live, and I'm going to give the address right now. It's P.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We'll get our groove going, and baby, we're gonna be unstoppable. You think Joey's listening right now? Joey's a good friend of ours.
I don't think Joey's listening, and the main reason for that is I don't think that he knows.
If you pay attention to my social media,
Yeah.
that's okay. Joey's a good friend of ours, and if he was here, he'd probably be on the podcast.
Yeah, but he's
in
not.
Texas. He's in Tejas.
He's not anywhere near here.
So, I wonder what he thinks about Doctor Strange. But that's not important to say on the podcast, Tim. What's important to say is that I'm... Alright, I just pulled out a colored pencil from his...
And I'm going to guess what color
He's
it
gonna
is.
guess what color it is.
Yellow.
Yeah, you're correct. We'll give you another... We're going to do another one.
All right.
Don't look at him. You can't even... I'm not even going to show you what color it is. You have to guess which one it was. All right.
It's peach.
It's light orange. All right, bring in the officers. We got them.
Oh, shit, it's the police.
Oh, man. You you imagine? You need to cut that out. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I showed my talent in beatboxing.
I actually
to the world.
have a thing for that on here.
First podcast. Also the last one. Just kidding. That's a joke.
Oh, yeah. Bet you didn't know.
Who was that last one? Who was that? He told everyone to shut up. But real quick. Just like that.
Yeah, those are symbols, apparently.
They're really not. They're really not.
Honestly, this sounds more like a symbol than those did.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if I never played the keyboard again on the podcast?
That'd be fine. I mean, I would miss it, but it's really there for the lulz. It's really there for the lulz and the. I was saying it's really there for the lulz and the lull. Imagine somebody doing stand-up trying to tell a joke and there's a drummer there for the but he doesn't understand where to put it. He just keeps pressing, keeps doing it in random parts. Oh man, I wanted to do stand-up at one point.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the setup for a joke right about now.
Go ahead.
And it might lead into something that's probably pretty... Thank you very much.
I feel like I went to another planet right there. I like zoned out for like this. Thank you for the quickest second, and like, I just went out. Oh man, this is too much already. It's too much already. So, I wanted to mention that we have an email account.
We do.
That I would like, if you're listening to this and would like to send in an email, maybe we could read them on the podcast.
We probably could do that.
Probably could do that. Maybe we won't.
We'll consider it.
I'll consider it. I really would like to do that. I'd like to get people involved with this, so it's just,
I'd be real pissed if anybody was involved with it.
Because if anyone had any ideas, like if they wanted a segment where we dance and jump, we could dance and jump on the podcast, even though you're just going to get the audio of that, and it's not going to be as entertaining. So.
We could also have a segment, if anybody is interested, we could have a segment where we knock things down.
I need you to hold my hand right now.
All right, well, you're really far away, but oh god, I'm really glad that I was holding your hand for that.
Do you think the mic picked that one up?
I think
the thing is, guys, I farted again, and it was loud, and it was so cool.
I think it picked it up.
Do you think I have a better chance of getting laid after this first episode comes out?
A better chance than you had before?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that honestly this might decrease your chances, and the main reason for that is that we're not going to live up to our word.
Let's cut to a clip. Let's cut to a clip of not living up to someone's word.
Hey, it's Bobby. There was a time that my father told me, oh, Bobby, I got a book for you. I got a fancy book at the store, and I want to give it to you, Bobby. And I was like, oh, Daddy, oh, thanks, Dad. I'm so excited about it. And then I walked around the corner, and my dad fell down the flight of stairs and died. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you. Was that who that was?
Yeah, it was Bobby.
You know, it'd be really funny if we got Granny in for an episode.
Who the?
We got Granny.
Who's that?
You know who Granny
Who's
is?
Granny?
Don't pretend like you don't know who Granny is.
Well, I've never met the woman, but I'd like to. I'd really like to.
You don't.
I have met the woman.
You've met the woman.
multiple times.
She's shown up at places. There's an old lady. I'm the one who's never actually met her, but she shows up at places, and man, she's a feisty old woman. Granny is.
Yeah, I'm not saying Granny's Batman, but I've never seen Granny in a room, so
yeah. All right, and the quickest reggae band in the world. Oh man, what's your favorite song right now? Is it this?
I don't know. Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles has really come back into my
Come into your holes, if you will.
yeah.
It's really come inside
Really
you.
come near my holes.
It's really it's exploded inside of
And
you.
to be honest, it's a song that people like.
It's a good song.
So
Eleanor Rigby is a good song, and I won't hear anyone say it's a bad one.
yeah.
Have you heard anyone say it's a bad one?
No.
No, but you have heard people say that the Beatles are bad,
I have heard that.
and I don't like.
But they
when I hear
probably
it.
haven't heard Eleanor Rigby.
You don't think so?
They might not like it. Also,
You don't think that they've heard Eleanor? I would have thought that's
I feel like the people that say that kind of thing haven't heard that song.
What do you think? Like the
But
top,
maybe they have. I don't know.
The top 5 Beatles songs are that people have heard. What do you think they're like?
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah,
Hey Jude.
yeah.
That's it.
That's not 5.
Probably
We're gonna
Hello.
work on counting next week.
I think probably Hello.
Oh yeah,
Hello Goodbye, because that was on commercials for a while.
I remember.
I would say Help
Oh, and Come Together probably.
and
right?
Come Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are probably the
Probably
big ones.
5. Yesterday is left out because fuck that song.
Yesterday.
No, just can you imagine?
Yesterday.
That's not how that goes. But
Some of the trouble was different than now.
he really is just leaning on me right now.
Yeah, you guys can't see at home, but MT Bucket is just really leaning over. He's trying to get a little whisper into Dalen's ear.
He's really trying to start up his comic book business.
Yeah, and he's not doing a good
He's
job.
not doing a good job. He's not. The first thing he needs to do is actually do his comic book.
But at least he didn't tell people that he had it done.
That's true.
That he was going to release it on Monday.
What are you alluding to right now?
I wouldn't hazard a guess.
0%. I'm gonna hold his hand right now. 0%, Tim. That's how many milk I like in my milk.
I'm gonna have to disconnect the phone.
Yeah, why don't you do
That's
that?
honestly crazy.
Yeah. I can't believe someone keeps calling in. Natalie, is that you? Get a life, Natalie. What if we made that name
Get something.
up? What if we made that name up and we just kept going with it?
That'd be pretty good.
It'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good.
It would have been a good bit, but I talked about it on the podcast, so it's not going to happen.
We could make up a different name.
Yeah, like Treasury.
Yeah, that's a very common North American
Treasury
name.
Bribbons.
Treasury Bribbons?
Yeah,
like with a B?
Yeah. Do you want to hear some of my fake names?
I do.
I read them to you.
I would like you to read them to me again. All
Okay.
right, and I'll
Pretend like you haven't heard them
I'll
before.
pretend like you haven't said them.
Because maybe this is just for the audience. So you know Radaburg Narnar?
Yeah.
Alman and Mackle. Bedreritrish Smantons. Johniver Curtin Smith.
I like Johniver as a first name. It's a good strong first name for a big strong man. No. Oh, man.
Joniver is a good name. Pork Cake Tinaflu. Humperdump Seskinachevitz. Tito Blumpkin. Joke Blanderson. Pergraniment the Huff. I don't know what the Huff is.
The Huff.
Parker Pink Oranimitenson.
I like that one too. That's pretty good.
Persquani McFeeblemouth.
Oh.
That one's my favorite.
That one's really good.
Crackert the Mystery Dog.
All right.
I'll read a couple more. Sentenslery Chishman. Kevin. Rumor Nowbuckle. Elementary Perfluence. And Jant Vant.
Good old JV.
JV. That's what it stands for in high school.
Yeah. You're either on the varsity team or the Jant Vant team.
I feel like he's hitting on me right now.
He's definitely hitting something.
Is it weird that I'm feeling like a sense of, like a good sense from holding a fake plastic skeleton's hand right now? Someone get that audience closer to us, please. I appreciate you not wanting to hurt the audience's ears, or our ears for that. They liked that a lot. He's gotta sit up, dude. You gotta sit up. Oh, okay.
I wish it eased in a little bit, but it doesn't.
Send us in your fake names. We'll read them out to you sometime.
Yeah, we'll read out hundreds of fake names.
I can't wait to be disappointed with 0 emails. But that's okay. That's going to happen. Whenever you feel like sending in a bunch of your favorite fake names, go ahead and send them in, because those are my favorite things in the whole wide world.
Hell, if you feel like...
And that brings me to the point of this.
For those of you in the audience, let me just explain what just happened. There was a pineapple.
There was a pineapple I pulled out of my
hand.
It was in there.
It was in his hand,
it was stuck.
And then it wasn't because he pulled it out.
When was the last time you were stuck?
I think the last time that I was stuck was there was a time about 1932. 1932.
All right,
let me make sure that I get that right. Yeah. 1932.
I'll let you tell the story, but that's not right.
There was a pile of wood, and it was next to a building, and I was walking towards it when a snake crawled out from under it, and I was like, uh-oh, hold on there now. And the snake got right up close to me, and he said to me, no. You're gonna wanna walk a different direction. And so I did, and then I fell down in a well, and Lassie didn't know what to do, so she ran and got help. And then the mom in this scenario was all like, "Oh no, did little Timmy fall down a well?" And then Lassie was like, "Yeah, he did." I was trying to call the cops, but I don't have fingers. You gotta go help him out. And then she turned around and walked right towards that well. And well, here I am today.
I should have known at the beginning when you said 1932 that it wouldn't be a real story.
Yeah, I thought you did know. I thought that's what you were alluding to.
Well, Tim, you got stuck with Lassie? Is that what happened? I kind of zoned out.
I fell in a well. I fell down a well. Little Timmy fell down a well.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
you're a son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
What's your social security number?
Oh, 1.
I want to meet someone whose social security was 1. There's got to be, right? There's so many. There's so many digits they added. There's got to be the first one.
I don't know. I feel like they probably just decided this is how many digits we're gonna make it because then we'll never run out. Which isn't true. Eventually you will run out, but by that time, who's gonna know?
They'll just recycle it and give it to another person. I don't know if that deserved applause, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you it very much. I like owning a dog a lot. I have a dog at home.
What's that like?
His name is Bigby, and he's such a sweet boy, and he makes me feel not lonely. And he's such a good thing. You should get a dog if you want a dog. But don't get a dog if you or like kind of want a dog and then don't want the responsibility.
Why don't you
it's
explain that to us?
Well, you see, dogs cost. Sometimes you have to buy shit for them, and sometimes your dogs have medical things, and you're not prepared for it, and you got to spend a lot of money, but they're worth it. I promise. I don't know why I brought up my dog, but I did.
Well, how quickly can you transition the conversation to something else?
I never went to college. That's not true. I went. You can't leave that going on a podcast. That's gonna break people's brains. That's gonna literally
They'll be fine.
Imagine
They're fine.
Someone had to turn up their car volume. No, they just had to turn up their car. They just had to turn it up.
Yeah.
They had to turn up their car volume, and then they did that happen, and then it exploded their speakers. I love that idea. Do it again. The audience has to guess what I'm doing right now. Send in what you think I'm doing right now, and I'll tell you next week.
I'm going to give you a hint. It doesn't matter.
What's the best breakfast food you've ever had?
The best breakfast food I've ever had would have to be just plain old, some plain old, well...
It was a simple question.
Crepes. Crepes is the best.
Dude.
Yeah.
What's the best crepes? Where have you had your crepes?
Oh, I've had them from a few different places, but honestly, Bob Evans does an okay job.
I've never had Bob Evans crepes.
They're fine.
I've only had
not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
God damn it, Bob Evans! You're not our sponsor. I'm telling you right now.
Here they come calling in again.
I don't know if they still have them. I think it was like a limited time thing.
Oh, really? I know. I used to get them at
maybe I lied.
Maybe you lied.
Yeah, I've had them at IHOP. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've had them at Bob Evans too.
They have
but maybe not. Maybe IHOP is the only.
My grandpa.
But IHOP isn't a sponsor. Also,
you've had his breakfast cooking, right?
Who's your grandpa?
My pop-pop?
Yeah.
Me pop-pop?
Yeah, he made pancakes.
He made pancakes. He used to make, when I was a kid, he had this thing called a blintzes maker. I don't know if you've ever had
I don't know what that means.
Blintzes are like crepes, but they're smaller and thicker, like a thicker pancake. Okay. And it's got this cream cheese filling in it. It's dude, it's so good.
I can open my mouth for one of those.
Well, I'm going to fire one in right now.
I could open my mouth for that.
And here it goes. Pew!
Thanks. All right.
Welcome.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm mentioning this the other day is because you should try this place. It's in Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is close to where we're from. We're from Louisville, Kentucky, in case you're curious for the context. It's across the river in Jeffersonville, Indiana. There's this place called Geraldine's Kitchen that has these. I'm from another country now.
But you'll never guess which one.
You'll never understand what one. I'm from Sprekenst.
That's for those of you who are geographically challenged. It's north of here.
What are we talking about again?
Yeah, the food.
Geraldine's Kitchen, which is a restaurant over close to where my parents live, and well, that's a little too much information.
That's
but anyway,
too many information.
They have this loaded hash brown thing where they put 2 eggs on it, they put some fucking bacon, and then they have the option to put biscuits underneath and then sausage gravy over top, and you can have the eggs however you want it, and I like it over easy where that yolk is running all up in there, and oh my god, I had it yesterday. I think I would make dirty ass sex to the thoughts of that loaded hash brown sandwich.
That sounds pretty goddamn fantastic.
And I think we should get crepes right now.
Yeah, of course.
On the podcast.
I think that we should wrap it up, actually.
What time is it right now?
So we've been going for an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness gracious, it might be time to wrap her up.
Might be time to wrap it up.
If you...
Like a crepe.
If you listened to this whole episode...
I forgive you.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. This was our first episode of Chronic Nonsense. It'll be a podcast that comes on every Monday. We're just trying to find our stride. This is our first time ever doing this, but we're having a grand old time. And, you know, honestly, I don't really want to stop.
And you never will.
And I never will. This is it until one of us is dead. And even then, I'm just...
Or maybe even 2 of us.
Hell, there could be 2 of us.
2 of us could be on the podcast.
In which case, I would hope Tia would find 2 replacements for us. And just stick them in her house.
Hopefully.
Okay, everyone. How do we? Should we do like an outro thing? Is there like a cool? Ooh. Oh, you know what? What should I mention? I should probably mention that we have an Instagram account, which is
it's got a name. We never told them what our email address was either. So while you're doing that, you might say that as well.
It's just Chronic Nonsense, right? At Chronic Nonsense, or is it Chronic Nonsense Podcast?
Let me check real quick. Let me check real quick because it doesn't matter.
Edit point.
That's crazy. We're just chronicnonsense@gmail.com.
Wow, that makes me want to.
That's us.
You find us at .com. And also it's Chronic Nonsense Pod on Instagram at Chronic Nonsense Pod, and at Cronsense on Twitter. And so
yes, sir.
Yeah, no tweets yet. I'm not really familiar on how to use Twitter.
Yeah, we'll get that going.
Don't use it.
We'll get that up and running.
We'll get it up and running.
And by up and running, it might be one of those things where we're just like, hey, check it out. Hey, check it out, guys.
Or you can follow us on our my Instagram is at that curly haired kid.
You can follow us.
Do you want to put your?
I don't use Instagram or anything, so there's no point. Okay. Don't worry about following me.
All right. It's at Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
We're still live. All right. And now we're not. Goodbye.